Hello aspirants, welcome to your very own channel Pretrap, where textbook theories meet actual prelims trap. So let's begin with question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding the state of Indian agriculture under the British colonial rule. Number 1. British economic policies transformed Indian agriculture into a commercialized sector geared toward supplying raw materials like raw cotton, jute, and indigo to British textile mills. Number 2. Despite commercialization, agriculture experienced acute stagnation and low productivity due to the exploitative land settlement systems like the Zamindari system. Number 3. High rates of public investment in canal irrigation and chemical fertilizers by the colonial government offset the traditional backwardness of farming. Which of the statements given above are correct? And the answer is option A. 1 and 2 are correct. Statement 3 is incorrect because the colonial state made negligible public investment in agriculture infrastructure, flood control, or modern inputs, leaving farming dependent on monsoons. Next question is, what was the primary motive behind the systematic deindustrialization of traditional Indian handicraft by the British colonial administration? Option A. To encourage modern heavy machines industries to grow indigenously across various Indian provinces. Option B. To convert India into a mere exporter of cheap raw materials for British manufacturing industries and a captive market for finished British machine made goods. Option C. To eliminate child labor and improve the working condition of local weavers. Option D. To promote sustainable cottage industries through cooperative banking. And the answer is option B. British policy intentionally crippled India's world famous handicraft industries through discriminatory tariff policies to fulfill dual colonial goals. Question number 3 is, consider the following characteristics of India's demographic profile on the eve of independence around 1921, known as the year of Great Divide. Number 1. Both birth rates and death rates were very high, hovering around 40 and 48 per thousand respectively, indicating a state of massive social backwardness and poor healthcare. Number 2. The overall literacy rate was less than 16%, with female literacy rate dropping to dismal 7%. Number 3. Infant mortality rate was extremely low due to advanced traditional midwifery practices. Which of the statements given above are correct? And the answer is option A. 1 and 2 are correct. Statement 3 is incorrect because infant mortality was horrifying high, about 218 per thousand, reflecting abysmal public health infrastructure. Question number 4 is, the infrastructure developed by the British colonial administrations such as roads, railways and telegraphs was primarily motivated by option A. Maximizing the welfare and educational mobility of Indian citizens. Option B. Subserving the colonial economic, administrative and military interest of the British Empire. Option C. Promoting cooperative farming and rural cottage industries. Option D. Facilitating free interstate trade among Indian princely states. And the answer is option B. Roads were built primarily to mobilize the army within India and draw raw materials to the nearest railway station for export, rather than connecting interior village for internal market integration. Sorry for the little disruption in my voice because it's raining heavily here. And also please give suggestions if you think that my content is not that much of relevant to you. You can give your suggestions to me. I will try to improvise. So next question is, consider the following statements regarding the adoption of economic planning in post-independence India. Number 1. India chose a mixed economy model where both the public and private sectors played complementary roles. Though the public sector was assigned a strategic role in heavy industries. Number 2. The Industrial Policy Resolution of 1948 and subsequently the Industrial Policy Resolution of 1956 formed the bedrock of state-led industrialization. Number 3, the 5-year plans were formulated and executed by the Planning Commission, which is now known as Niti Aayog. Which of the statements given above are correct? And the answer is option D, all are correct. Question number 6 is, in the context of India's trade policy between 1950 and 1990, what does the strategy of import substitution or inward looking trade strategy entail? Option A, subsidizing foreign multinational corporation to establish retail chains in every district. Option B, encouraging unrestricted imports of foreign luxury goods to force domestic industries to compete globally. Option C, protecting domestic industries from foreign competition through heavy import tariffs and quotas, encouraging domestic production of goods that the country was otherwise importing. Option D, relying entirely on international maritime trade while shutting down domestic factories. And the answer is option C. Import substitution aimed to substitute foreign imports with domestic production, shielding infant industries behind tariff walls and quantitative import restriction. Next question is, what was the primary objective of introducing land reforms in agriculture immediately after independence? Option A, to consolidate fragmented holdings, abolish intermediary system like zamindars and ensure land to tiller to reduce agrarian exploitation and boost equity. Option B, to convert all agricultural land into state-owned collective farms overnight without compensation. Option C, to ban the cultivation of food crops in favor of export oriented cash crops. Option D, to eliminate rural cooperative credit societies. And the answer is option A. Question number 8 is, how were small scale industries protected and promoted under India's license quota permit Raj between 1950 and 1990? Option A, by subjecting small scale industries to highest corporate tax rates in the world. Option B, through product reservation and providing financial concession, tax exemption and subsidized power. Option C, by forcing small scale industries to merge with large foreign monopolies. Option D, by banning all small scale manufacturing units in urban areas. And the answer is option B. The Karvi Committee in 1955 emphasized the promotion of small scale industries for employment generation, leading to protective reservation policies, shielding them from large domestic and foreign firms. Question number 9 is, how did the opening of Suez Canal in 1869 impact India's foreign trade relationship with the British Empire? Option A, it drastically reduced the cost of transport and made access to the Indian market easier for British manufactured goods, tightening colonial economic control. Option B, it completely isolated Indian ports from international maritime commerce. Option C, it forced the British to grant complete tariff autonomy to Indian domestic legislators. Option D, it triggered a massive export boom of high-end Indian engineering machinery to Europe. And the answer is option A. The Suez Canal served as a maritime shortcut between Europe and India, avoiding the African continent. This shipment fried cost and accelerated the export of raw materials from India while flooding local markets with cheap British machine made goods. Question number 10 is, which sector of infrastructure witnessed significant development by the British colonial administration primarily to serve their own administrative and military mobilization interests? Option A, inland waterways and hydroelectric power grids. Option B, railways, ports and telegraph or postal system. Option C, universal primary school networks and technical universities. Option D, public healthcare clinics and rural sanitation pipelines. And the answer is option B, railway, ports and telegraph. The colonial state invested selectively in infrastructures exclusively to mobilize military troops across internal territories and channel raw materials to ports for export. And last question is, despite criticism of inefficiency and protectionism, what major positive economic achievement can be credited to state-led planning model between 1950 and 1990? Option A, It made India as the world largest exporter of consumer electronics by 1985. Option B, it eradicated all form of poverty within the first 3 5-year plans. Option C, it maintained zero fiscal deficit across all fiscal cycles. Option D, it diversified India's industrial base into complex capital heavy sectors and achieved food self sufficiency through agriculture modernization. And the answer is option D. While the inward looking model had flaws that led to 1991 crisis, it successfully laid down foundational capital goods manufacturing capabilities and rescued India from chronic food dependency. Now we have reached the end of the session for today. I hope these questions are helping you in your revision and surely an eye opener for both beginners and repeaters in how to approach for questions. Thank you. See you tomorrow in the next video.